everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of the Cody Cast. My name is Lisa Tay, founder and director of Cody Agency, and I'm joined today by a very special guest, our talented superwoman, head of operations, Lana Malouf. Welcome to the show, Lana.
Thank you, Lisa Tay.
Now, look, I just want to preface this by saying Lana swears a lot. So if there's long and just
I don't.
lots
I
of
never
beeps,
swear.
lots of beeps, poor Tom's going to have to maybe censor a little bit of this episode. But look, I think that's one of your best traits.
Thank you, Lisa. I do like to keep it real.
Yeah, so. You do. So I'm looking forward to having a chat to you today. So we're actually going to be co-hosting this week's episode, which is going to be fun. So hopefully we don't bore people to death.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to give you a little bit of a background of Cody. So if you don't know what we do, we'll fill you in, and we'll also talk a little bit about the history of how we came to be.
Yes.
So let's jump straight into it, I guess.
Okay.
So what the hell's Cody Agency? That's a great question.
Well, I think you can answer it better than I can. All I know is it's Friday and I'm starting to drink already.
Fantastic. So that's a good start. So hopefully the conversation doesn't go too crazy if Lana's going to have a little bit of a drink. But in terms of what we do, we are a digital marketing company. So we're based out of Melbourne, and we do everything from content creation to social media management, influencers. Pretty much our goal is to get your brand seen in the digital space. And our name stands for Content Digital, or what's actually I don't even know what you call it, CODI, Content Digital. There's an actual word for taking the start letters, I think.
I have no idea, Lisa.
I'm trying to think. It's an acronym, is it?
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom, to our amazing producer who's hopefully going to edit us to make us not look completely stupid. So we started the company, probably about 5 years ago now. So it's come such a long way. Like, we started it actually in my kitchen. And I just think, God.
Was it your kitchen?
It was my kitchen, and it was like my old first apartment, which was literally a shoebox. It was not good. It was dark. Actually, the nickname of the apartment was The Cave. It was that dark and dingy. So I started it there, and then I think we sort of got in at a really good time because digital was just really starting to take off. So a lot of the work we do now wasn't even a job, 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So it's just the industry's just grown in leaps and bounds. And when did you come on board? About 2 years ago?
Yes, nearly 2.5 now.
Oh my God, 2.5 long years.
Yeah, 2.5 going on about 20.
Okay. Honestly, years at Cody are like dog years.
Absolutely.
Like 1 year's like 50 years.
Absolutely.
I swear I've got about 1,000 white hairs after last year. But can I say, so Lana's rolling, I'll get you to flesh this out a little bit more, but you are a bloody angel, like sent from heaven. Like,
I don't think I've ever been called an angel, but thank you, Lisa.
No worries. Well, now it's on the record. You're just incredible at what you do. Like, your passion for people and the team and our clients is like unlike, a little siren in the background. Don't know if people can hear that. Unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I feel incredibly fortunate to work alongside you. And I feel really, I guess, feel very lucky that you've chosen to work with us, and I hope the team and our clients understand how rare it is to get someone who cares as much as you do. So,
oh wow, what a wrap!
I know, and it's on record. It's like it's been recorded, so you can keep playing. This can be your ringtone if you want to. Just me.
Oh, it will be when I'm asking for that pay rise.
Yeah,
it'll be coming out.
Remember that stuff that you said about me in episode 1? But I've just been hogging the microphone, so I might throw it over to you to talk a little bit about how you came on board at Cody, how you're finding things hopefully good, and a little bit about what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, cool. So I look, when I was introduced to Cody, yourself, and a previous director, I really didn't even think. I thought, look, it'd be good. Someone introduced me, and I was like, yep, good experience. I'll go to the interview. I have no idea about digital. I can barely text, still can barely text now. And I thought, I'll just hear about it and see what I think. You know, there's an operations role. You know, I am good in terms of organising people, managing, getting things done. So I thought, okay, you know, my background's been fashion my whole life. So I thought, I'll just see what it's like, you know, meet you guys. And so Oh my God. So the first interview I had was via Zoom. I'd never used Zoom before. The stress, I tried to be pre-organised. I rang a friend. I was like, they want it by Zoom. How do I do it? What do I do? They had to talk me through it. And I thought, yep, I'm organised. I've got it. I'm going to look like a pro. And and then so I started the interview and I didn't have the volume up and I couldn't work out how to put the volume up on the laptop. But of course, instead of just going, oh, I can't get the volume, I'm pretending it's an actual technical difficulty to not look like I don't know what I'm talking about. And then fast forward that, 2.5 years, it was just like, we knew. We knew. But yeah, just hearing about Cody and the work you do and how passionate you are, the team, I was just blown away. And it went from, I'm just interested to see what it's like to, I really want to work here. I wonder if they know I'm a fraud. And I go by my gut feeling, and I had a really good gut feeling about wanting to work and be a part of Cody. So I got the job, which I was very excited. It all happened in a matter of, I think, 48 hours, and very excited about it. Told my friends, and they could not stop laughing. They were like, you in digital marketing, you that can't even text. The first thing my friend is, you got to buy a phone. I'd never bought a phone before. They were always hand-me-downs. So, so that's how I sort of got to Cody, and really lucky that you guys took a chance on me. It was very much that, things in the digital world can be taught, but things in terms of people and experience in organisations in terms of, being organised and getting the results you need in terms of operations and people was something that I did have experience in, but I was very lucky to have a chance. So I love every minute of it. There's a lot of swearing, and it does increase because there's a lot of frustrations with all the people that I love. But my day-to-day is really, it's a lot of meetings. It really is going between managing the team to make sure processes are going smoothly. Do we have the right processes in place? Can we improve on those processes? For two different reasons: to make sure that, first of all, it's running smoothly to get the results for the client. Actually, it's for a couple of reasons, more than a couple, to get the results for the client. Then it's also to make sure that we are managing the team and their work-life balance, so they're not having nervous breakdowns and working all hours of the night, which our team is pretty amazing, and they usually do. And then also making sure that we as a business are running as smoothly as possible. So it's sort of going in between all these different, with the clients, with the team. So I'm sort of like almost like the middleman for everyone.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And I can personally say that Lana is the one to keep me in check. So
yeah.
Like from tidying up my desk because it looks so messy to just managing to execute any wild ideas that I have. And
you have some wild ideas, Lisa. Not like, I'm talking like several times a day.
That is true. But I feel like we have such an amazing relationship because, and I was actually listening to a podcast this morning and they were saying that people as humans tend to hire people who are similar to them. I think that's just natural, like you gravitate towards people who are similar, but they said you should hire people who have the opposite skills to what you have, so they can help you where you have all the shortcomings.
Yep.
And I have a lot of shortcomings, so I need to probably hire a hell of a lot more people.
So do we all.
But I feel that we are such an amazing team, and we really just somehow you somehow put up with me. I don't know why. And actually, I want to quickly digress to talk about that New Zealand trip.
Oh, God. Okay, that was not too much detail, Lisa.
But I feel like we really bonded during that trip.
Absolutely.
Because we were going to see a client, so they were launching. So we thought, we'll fly in, fly out. It would be like however long. I think we flew in that day for the event the next morning. We were flying out literally hours after the event.
Yeah.
And then, this is so embarrassing. So
do we have to? Do we really have to overshare?
I feel like now we've gone down this route. So So obviously New Zealand is international, but for some reason we flew to Sydney and then just sat in the domestic terminal and we were like, yeah, cool, this is great. And we were, because it would have been late as well because you have to get to international early. We're just sitting there going, yep, cool, this is awesome. And then we're like, oh shit, we're in the wrong terminal. So we just started
we were running.
Like,
I was running like there was no tomorrow. I was panicking.
Yeah.
And I was just taking your lead. I'm like, Lisa's the boss. I'm going with her. But little do I know, I'll never do that again.
Yeah, no. I should be not leading anyone, to be transparent. It was a mess. And I was like, it will be fine. We'll get there. And then we got there. And I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then we couldn't find that bloody ticket thing to get in. And they're like, you need the transition passing. I'm like, oh shit, I think we've lost it. And we're desperately searching. And then we ended up missing the freaking flight.
You know, but the one thing that I learned so much about you and about how you manage stress, manage, different situations. And the one thing that was amazing about you, Lisa, and really wowed me was just like, you just straight away went into, it'll be okay, we'll found the solution, and just carried on. It wasn't dwelling about what we did, how we did it, who did it, anything like that. It was just, okay, here we are, what do we do? And that says a lot about you. So yeah, and I really did we're sucking up to each other right now. Everyone's like vomiting in their mouth. But I really did. I was just like, wow, I'm just so lucky to work with you. And I think that we definitely have the same values, like very strong values that are just very aligned, but we're just very different people in the way we execute things.
Yeah, and I think that's actually what makes us amazing at Cody. Like we all actually have the same values. Like I look at the team and think, I feel really fortunate because they all work their butts off for our clients. And I honestly feel like they almost like operate like the business is their own, and to find people like that's virtually impossible.
Yeah,
and they actually genuinely care so much. And
as a manager, like managing the team as well, like I'm the luckiest person a manager could be, like as a manager, because they care so much. Half the time I'm trying to help them not care as much because I don't want them to have a breakdown.
Yeah.
But that's how much I genuinely care about getting the best results and making sure that they're the best at what they do.
And to be honest, like when you start a business, you think, oh, you're not going to find people that care as much as you. So that's why I think a lot of business owners find it really hard to let go of things because they go, oh, but I know I'm going to put in 110%. I'm not going to find other people that would do that. And I just constantly get, amazed every day because I see the work that they do for our clients. They consistently go above and beyond, which is one of our values. And I just think, wow, like
I think I'm going to digress a little bit there because I think also too that a lot of business owners might not also have the skill to really put what it takes to find people, interview them, and really extract what they need to see if they're the right fit. And I think that's something that we do really well at Cody. Like it's not we need to fill a spot. It's who that person is, what talent they have, what skill they have, what can they offer to the team. And really taking time in doing that and really caring about who the team is made up of, respecting all different types of people, different personalities and different strengths. And I think a lot of time business owners are just so rushed to fill spots in the team that they don't really have the skill or take the time to do that as well. So I think that, there is a method to picking the right people for the right, for your company as well. And I think that we've done that well as well.
Well, I'm going to just say you've done that well.
No, we've done that well.
Because
we've done that well.
You're actually amazing at picking people. So I'm actually just going to put it out there and say, when you're hiring, what do you look for?
Well, I definitely there's the attitude and personality that comes up. I think, again, we can go into what it makes a good interview and how to extract different information out of people in a very short amount of time.
Interrogation techniques.
But it really is, I do really believe in there's certain things you can teach and there's certain things that you can't. And the one thing that all of our team members have is great attitudes, great work ethic, great respect for other people, and this desire to not only want to be the best at what they do, but to help other people be the best at what they do. And that, I think, comes from the top, and you are definitely that sort of person. You know, a lot of people think that success and, you know, being successful is being powerful and having to be a certain way to be powerful. And I think we definitely align in that way, that you can be powerful and achieve amazing results by still being, you know, loving to one another. And as corny and fluffy as that sounds, I'm sure Nick Bell's listening now and thinking, oh, what's all this fluff? Yeah. But I think that's the one thing in our team, that they possess all of that sort of personality traits in them. And then we just are lucky that they're amazing at what they do as well. But it's really about finding those qualities that you can't teach.
Yes, I completely agree with that. And look, I have to say, Lana has one of the most honed radars when it comes to judging people.
Is this just like
I have ever seen?
Pump up Lana Day? Like, thank you. I've had a bad week, so thank you.
Yeah, look, I'm horrendous at judging people, so I always go, Lana, what did you think? And I'll just accept whatever you say. So. And actually, I just want to quickly touch on hiring during a pandemic.
Well, that was really interesting, and obviously nothing I've ever experienced before, and hiring a team where you can't see them in person. And we did hire quite a few people. We were lucky enough to be in that position to hire a few more people, and they didn't disappoint in any shape or form. I don't know. It was interesting. I don't know. I felt like I just stuck to really, you know, making sure that in the interview process I really went into a lot of detail to make sure I've got a lot of detail. And people do say it's never the same as real life, but I still feel that you can do it successfully. It was just a little bit of a different experience than we're used to.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to leave digital marketing, I'm sure you've got an amazing career in the FBI, because you can...
FBI? I thought you were going to say recruitment. I was like, no way.
No, you can interrogate with the best of them.
Look, I really am on my best behaviour. I was about to swear then. I actually stopped myself. I am on my best behaviour.
My God, so Tom won't have to edit in a whole lot of beeps, which is good. So just to finish off, I'd love to hear what you are excited for in 2021.
Look, there's lots of things I'm excited for. There's lots of things that, you know, it's still going to be a bit of a challenging year. That's what we say, isn't it? When we think, oh God, it's going to be a shit year. Yeah. A challenging year. Things I'm excited about with Cody is, I think last year we really honed in on trying to be there for our clients in a time where, you know, it's like we don't know what's happening. You know, businesses are such an important thing to people in their lives, and we just wanted to really be there to help people in their business, and also for ourselves. Like we're a business as well, trying to survive. So I was really honing on that and how to be there for one another in a business sense, and then also in a personal sense. So not that work took a back seat at all. I mean, how much did we work? It's the most I've ever worked in my life, and I can say that I'm a hard worker, but I just feel like this year we set ourselves up in a way to be able to move forward this year in a different way than we would have maybe in previous years. And I just think we've got more room now. Like, I'm excited that there's just so many things on the horizon in terms of the team and the new packages we're going to, you know, be able to present to our clients, and that being a bit more creative and pushing the boundaries again, like Cody used to do, and sort of had to take a pause in a way, and now we're stepping it up again. So I think that's really exciting. And personally, you have promised to introduce me to Mr. Boris one day, so that's my lifelong dream. If you're listening, yes, Mr. Boris.
So if Mark Boris is listening, please slide into the DMs of one Lana Malouf. That's Lana and then Malouf.
Yes, please.
Yeah, he's a bit of a celebrity crush of yours.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. I feel
yes,
like
please.
I feel like he's actually within reach as well.
I don't think so.
To be fair. Well, he lives in Sydney. And
Well, it's up to you, Lisa. You've been talking about, I think, for a year and a half that you're going to get an interview with Mr. Boris.
I will be attempting that. I literally was speaking to our PR person earlier this week, actually, about that very topic. So I will be doing my best.
So I'll be practicing my yes, Mr. Boris.
Yeah. Well, he's a very impressive man, so I don't blame you. It's a good celebrity crush. Well, on that note, unfortunately, we have to finish up. I feel like we can talk forever.
Absolutely.
But I know poor Tom probably doesn't want to edit a 5-hour-long podcast. So actually, on that note, I wanted to give a really quick shout out to the amazing Coco and Tom from our team, because they have put together this podcast. So they're going to be working on it, bring it to life. And I know that that's something that we want to really focus on as an agency this year. So if you want to do your own podcast, I can honestly say that Coco and Tom are incredible. So please feel free to reach out, because we definitely, podcasting is just blowing up. It's just getting bigger and bigger. And I look at things like Clubhouse and I go, wow, like that's audio only. So audio only is definitely only going to keep growing in.
Besides, and on that topic, do I have to leave quietly in Clubhouse? Can I leave loudly?
You'll definitely be allowed to leave loudly, for sure. Really proud of you, I want to say, because you have really gone from not having a phone with the internet
Who am I?
to being all over social. And I see you send me random TikToks, you'll send me things on LinkedIn, you'll send me things on Insta. I'm like, you're really going for it.
I learnt from the best, baby. I've learnt from the best.
I literally have no life. I'm on social media all the time. But a big shout out to Coco and Tom. Thank you so much for putting this together for us and for editing, hopefully, us to look good. Winky, winky. Make me look young. Tom's laughing in the background as if it's probably not achievable to make me look young. But please make sure that you subscribe, you give us a rating and review, you listen in, you tune in. Give us a follow on social as well. We're very active on social media. Hopefully, we're a digital agency. But looking forward to sharing a little bit of a behind the scenes look at the Cody agency this year with you, and also educating you on all things digital marketing. So hopefully you've liked this episode. Please give us feedback as well. You can slide into my DMs if you want to and give me feedback on this episode. We're always looking to improve, but looking forward to a big year with you guys. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen.
Thank you, Lisa.